Interaction type additive. This is when you have one chemical interacting with another chemical, which you may have ingested or been exposed to simultaneously, and that would equal 2. The effect would be 1 plus 1 equal 2. In the first image, you can see this would be represented by A plus B goes to AB. For instance, two organophosphates given together, their effects on cholinesterase inhibition is typically additive. So, cholinesterase inhibition by organophosphates typically is additive. Interaction type synergistic. In this case, you might have one chemical plus another chemical, their effect being much more than additive, represented by 2 plus 3 equals 10. An example of this is CCl4, carbon tetrachloride, plus ethanol. Given together, this product more liver damage than the sum of their individual effects on the liver. If you give CCl4 alone plus ethanol alone, you might have liver damage, but given together, it's substantially more than given individually. Interaction type potentiation. Potentiation is the event when two chemicals are added together, as for instance 2 plus 0 equals to 10. Isopropanol is not hepatotoxic, but when administered with CCl4, the CCl4 has a much greater effect than when it is given alone. Interaction type antagonism. The effect on antagonism interaction is 5 plus 4 equals 0. This is the basis for some antidotes. Example includes receptor or antagonists. The use of naloxone to treat respiratory depressive effects of morphine. In this case, if you have a high dose or toxic dose of morphine, you give naloxone to treat, and in this case it would be antagonistic.
Exposure assessment acquires general information, for instance,
Each chemical or substance involved, the source of the substance, exposure pathway and its environmental fit, measures or estimates the concentration of the substance, identifies the exposed human population, and formulates an integrated exposure analysis.
exposure assessment identifies
The affected population, the amount, frequency, length of time, and routes of exposure. The exposure units, for instance, concentration versus time.
To understand the route of exposure, it's important to understand what we mean by environment. There are 4 types of environment, namely
1. Inner versus outer environment. 2. Personal versus general environment. 3. Gas, liquid, or solid environment. And 4. Chemical, biological, or physical environment.